Hi, this is Dennis, and today I'm answering the question, what are the 8 mistakes to avoid when buying and selling a home? Recently, I've been hearing the horror stories from the mistakes people have made during the heated real estate market we have just come through. So these are the rules that you should follow no matter what the market is. One of the most common was underpricing or overpricing a house. Overpricing a house in a hot market causes the house to stay on the market longer, giving it the appearance that something is wrong. And obviously, underpricing the house will hurt you as well, because people will also think, hey, why is that house not priced correctly? There must be something wrong with it. So either way, it can affect your money at the end. The next one is not hiring a broker. First of all, there are some people that don't understand the difference between an agent and broker, but we're not going to go into that right now. But let's just say you were in the market to buy a Rolex watch. Would you be buying that Rolex watch off of Craigslist? Or would you be going to a reputable jeweler? You'd be going to a jeweler, because the jeweler will be around long after the seller of the item is gone. And when you sell a house like that, the homeowner could be long gone to Las Vegas or wherever, and you'd be holding the bag. Buyers skipping the inspection to make their offer look better to a seller. This is always a big mistake. If you have any questions about this, please go watch the movie The Money Pit with Tom Hanks and Shelley Long, and you'll understand why you should never ever skip the home inspection. The next one is sellers omitting things from the property disclosure form. They think that if they don't disclose it, the buyer, will never be aware of it. And that hardly is ever true. And if a buyer did discover something that was left off of the home disclosure, in the back of their head, they're going to be thinking, what else did the seller lie to me about? And they're going to be very critical about every other piece of the transaction. So the opposite of that is when you do disclose it, it just becomes part of the house. So if you're getting moisture in the basement in the corner, southwest corner, during very heavy rains, and they're going through the inspection and they see that there's a moisture mark in that southwest corner, the buyer understands, hey, they were having an issue here. Maybe it's a downspout or something like that, but it's all part of the transaction at that point. Another one is sellers not doing a pre-inspection. Sellers should do the pre-inspection and knock out any small items, so you're not going to be nickel and dime at the other side of the transaction when your buyer does the home inspection. Also, this gives you the heads up if there is a bigger issue, like a roof for instance. Then you know and you are prepared to negotiate for it, and you can say, well, we know the house is going to need a roof in the next 5 years. It's not leaking now, so we're willing to do this. You could also go ahead and have the bids available for the buyer, so they're not wondering how much a roof is going to cost them. Because in their mind, the roof is going to cost them a lot more than it will in reality. So get the pre-inspection done for your own knowledge. Homeowners not having their home decluttered, not having pets secured. I've walked into many houses where a dog has been sick in the living room on the carpet, or a cat's litter box is full. It's good business. Have the house decluttered, have the pets, the litter box cleaned, make sure there are no dishes on the counters, that kind of thing. It's simple stuff, but it all adds up. Selling a home to one of these people that say, we buy homes for cash. First, let me tell you, there are home investors that will pay cash for your home, but they are not advertising on signs illegally on the corner. So beware, make sure you have references, make sure everything is legitimate. And if it sounds too good to be true, obviously it probably is. Now this one is also a little bit complicated. This is the last one. And this is something that I just heard about 3 weeks ago. We had a seller in our area, not one of mine, but they decided to sell their house for sale by owner. They were contacted by a different party, and that party came to an agreement immediately saying that they were going to be moving into town and they had to find a house. They sent them a money order for more money than they agreed upon. They asked the homeowner to wire back the money. So they agreed on $30,000. The bank check or money order, whichever one it was, arrived for $38,000. They asked the homeowner to wire the $8,000 back to an account, only to find out a day and a half later the check was a fraud. It was counterfeit. So the homeowner was actually out $8,000 because they just did not do their research. It's shameful, but it's out there. These people are coming up with new scams faster than you can imagine. Make sure your ducks are in a row. Make sure that you're covering your costs or covering all your bases and doing your due diligence. Make sure that you interview agents. Make sure you have the house decluttered and pets in their proper place. I think with all those things, I'm sure there'll be more. You have a good leg up on selling your home or buying a home. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me at the information below. If this information was valuable to you, please like and share. That would help me out tremendously. If you're not watching these videos on my blog, please register so you don't miss anything. This has been Dennis Rath with Dennis Rath Home Sellers. Have a great day.